Good evening. Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your source for nearly daily news and politics. But first, let me introduce Mr. Boomer Rex himself.
Good evening.
Asshole.
See, if I keep my eyes closed, I can't see him doing things, and then you take forever, and he's tapping on my leg, and I'm just trying to be quiet for the however many seconds. That seems like a lot more than 10.
And I am RisenLadyHeathen. Just for both of your information, it was 11 seconds tonight because he was being a dick.
No more doing the Macarena before you hit the go button. Or we had to switch seats or something.
Okay. I just think it's fun to watch the tension build up in you.
Oh, why?
Like,
I don't
count
do that
the
to
seconds. I love it.
No, it's annoying as shit. You need to stop.
All right. I'm gonna be successful. I love it. Okay.
So tell us about grifters everywhere.
Oh my God, this is just wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's a leaked video shows Representative Dan Crenshaw ripping the performance artist members of the GOP caucus who are grifters. They have grifters in their midst. Lie after lie. Right-wing politics.
Note to self, 5 pearls to clutch.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And then we got
Lynn
Wood was saying something today too.
Oh, yeah, no, he's continuing his fight with Marjorie Taylor Greene, he said. And I love it, because how these people don't understand the way that what he's about to say has been so devalued.
I know.
She's, in the biblical sense, under the influence of the devil.
The devil.
As opposed to the Jesus.
No, because check it out. And here's his point. Jesus, people that follow Jesus Christ don't lie.
The doctor that committed the fraud in Jesus' name, or that other guy.
Jim Baker, one of the Falwells. Yeah, no.
Trump. Can we keep going?
Isn't that what evangelism is all about?
This could be a new game. Name people who love Jesus who lie. We could have a whole segment.
So,
or at least claim to love Jesus, because I don't believe these people really love Jesus.
No. It's all part of their cosplay.
Yeah.
That keeps them at the trough.
Exactly.
From the gullibilities.
Okay.
So,
I have a question for our viewers. Can you please explain a grift? Grift.
Grift.
Like
is I ask for money for a purpose, and I use it for something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what a grift is. Okay.
It's scams, it's schemes, it's all.
No, just because I've heard that term bantered about a lot lately, and I remember asking you about
it's
it.
a fun, old-timey way of.
That it would be
is
good to inform
actually a
people
rake-off.
Yeah.
what that actually means.
But there's, again,
You take a grift off a graft.
So you can be a grifter, somebody who does the thing.
You skim off the top.
money.
You skim off the top.
It's your Ponzi schemes. It's your con artistry.
Well,
usually
The snake oil people.
Yeah.
but the Ponzi scheme is a Ponzi scheme. That's a whole different.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a different type of grift?
It's a whole different type of criminality.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole different graft.
It's a whole different racket.
Can we stop using similar words?
Yeah, but isn't racket specific? Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, I just love this.
I mean,
and you sit there and go, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Don't the internet.
Right-wing channels have been ripe with grift for 20 years that I know. When did Fox News start?
Oh, God.
I know it's been long enough that it's become academic, literally. That you can look and see how the speech patterns and the dialable level of folksiness of your average church revivalist in the 20s and 30s on up through.
Yeah.
There's a very particular pattern. There's a very particular method of dress. You show them the right things, they'll see what they want to see. Yep. It's why chiropractors wear doctor clothes, because they're not a ghost religion. Shut up.
But
don't say that.
You go to the right-wing channels and you see the fake cancer cures,
hey man,
the
I'm glad
gold
it's fake.
schemes. Come on, people.
Dude, they're getting each other to drink. They're getting each other to make their children drink bleach to cure the autism
and putting it in their butt so that their intestines come
they're
out.
Leaving it in at levels you wouldn't leave dishes in for minutes. They're leaving it in for hours. And so when the intestinal lining's coming out, because that's the parasites that cause the autism.
It's disgusting and
Yes.
it's terrible.
The
Humans
point
are
is
dying.
that channel,
Yeah.
what it does is accumulate the gullibillies, the people
The
who can be
lost and the
sold.
damned, the people
Yeah.
America betrayed for money.
Okay. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And my
The ones
calling
we
them
left
gullibilies
behind.
is unhelpful.
It
Yes.
makes it easier to leave them behind, and the screaming
Yeah.
probably isn't
No,
as bad.
and you should correct me
It
when
was
I
that
use.
extra screaming pie factory in Germany.
Well, and that's why I keep saying when you really get on some of these Fox News people, like the people who believe it,
Yeah, man, they had
I'll
me.
fight back on you because these people are smart people. It doesn't take a lot to convince somebody that this is going to help. Do you know what I mean?
High
Or that
action
this
bias
is the
and
right
American
choice.
experiences left them incapable
Right.
of taking the actions they believe are necessary to save a country quite obviously endangered.
Well, and one thing you have to remember is that as much as, Republicans say crazy things, they do crazy things.
Yeah.
So at least these people are voting for someone they say, you're definitely going to do what you say you're going to do because you're crazy, and that's okay.
And I'm
Whereas
not crazy.
Democrats can't get
Yeah.
shit fucking done because nobody knows how to put their foot down and say we're doing a stupid thing.
Because they're afraid
End of
they're going to
discussion.
offend the
We're gonna
Senate
focus on this.
parliamentarian
Done.
when they should be afraid I'm going to put their hand in the drawers and kick it shut until they come up with a better answer.
Right.
Yeah.
They think the worst thing that can happen is a loss. Don't put each other's hands in drawers, the internet. I cannot.
No. We make a lot of comments like this, but we really don't want people to hurt each other. What it is, we're trying to make light of our anger and frustration by making jokes, and maybe it's not appropriate.
But
all
I
the
got
time,
to
but
watch
you have
Stephen
to.
Miller-
You have to laugh or you're gonna cry.
I got to watch Stephen Miller try everything his little diseased mind had come up with to fuck with the border and people trying to go from a place that I would literally fight to the death not to wake up in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I never see that happen on our side,
Nope.
right? I just put Michael Moore in charge of I don't give a shit, but he's at least a lefty that Republicans probably know his name. Put him in charge of something. I don't know what he's bitching about, and I don't know if
tell
we
him to go
canceled him
pig
or
wild.
whatever. I don't, yeah.
So I've got a recommendation. Let's go pig wild on the charges and the convictions for January 6th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's what
yeah.
I really do hope that we are coming right up on the point where the decks are cleared and we've gotten all the, like, I was caught up in the moment. I was having fun at a thing and then everyone was inside. Like, I want the people who are hitting cops with poles. I want the people who burn police with Blue Lives Matter flags.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. I want those people so bad.
And
Fuck
I
those
want
people.
them, sadly, hooked up to the American legal system and it turned loose on them.
Yeah.
The dogs that have been ordered and rewarded with the ability to chew on victims. I mean, perps.
Yeah.
No, this should be horrible. Like, I'll tell you when to stop, but
Yep.
people should not should get to watch their kids grow up
Yep.
from the wrong side.
Well,
of
it'll make
glass.
up for some of the police riots we
Yeah.
saw during Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So-
yeah.
No,
So,
12
anyway.
other mistakes that we know are in the, like, so you want to do violence for the state handbook
Yeah.
of, yeah, you're going to be called out to protect the Nazis at a rally, and they're going to be really nice to you because they're going to be wildly outnumbered if your country's anything but on fire.
Yeah.
Don't ever be nice to them.
So now that we've gotten aggressively off topic, did you have more you wanted to say?
And no, I find it interesting how, I cannot take it seriously that she's under the influence of the devil. When you shouted that shit at hairbands,
Oh my God.
you were afraid of Kiss, you fucking
Well,
lunatics.
And again,
Remember
understand,
that? I'm afraid of Gene Simmons at this point, but he's still a libertarian lunatic.
so understand now why it's happening, right? Why it's happening now
I mean,
is because the money's just kind of beginning to dry up, right? The grift based on the big
Oh, yeah, now you gotta
lie
set
is
the hook.
winding down, and they got to find the new grift, and they haven't found it yet. And so that pile of money in the trough that they want to get their heads back into, they don't want to divide it among
Wow.
as many people.
and they're all motivated by one, right? Because again, it's all negative motivations. It's not that they want all the money. That's a given. They're terrified. They're going to end up, God damn it, Brain, you had his name a second ago, Jesse Ventura. Do you know where Jesse Ventura is right now?
No idea.
Me either, but I do know he broadcasts his show out of Mexico now for some reasons
Yeah.
that I assume are the usual reasons.
Yeah. So anyway,
But that's what they're afraid of.
that's
It's
the whole point.
not
It's becoming irrelevant.
that they've
They don't want to become Dan Quayle.
yeah. Because like Manafort's going to have murderers to lobby for. Because did we ban him from lobbying like for life? I mean, I doubt it.
No, of course not.
Didn't think so. So he's going to get out, right? It's like, this is my point about Steve Bannon. That the problem with Steve Bannon is he would love to be in jail tonight.
Right.
Because that means the people he's going to go work for, no, he's not talking to
He's
nobody.
got bona fides.
If I had his job, I wouldn't speak to the police. I would go hardcore Irish and, right, we're very near the darkest hole of all England, and you won't even tell me your name.
Yeah.
So I've been trying not
Don't
to
do crimes.
jump around on you, but I feel like this actually leads pretty well into the Trump trying something new with his MAGA rallies. I think this is a good.
Yeah, remember the MAGA rallies used to be
Switch over.
free, and
Yeah.
you get your whole
No, that's pretty awesome. Like,
bucket of deplorable.
that's delightful.
Anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's kids who are so fully task saturated that they think maybe the get rich can work, maybe something. There has to be some way for America to work for them.
You know,
Because like that's the other answer. If you can't admit that,
unions raise the minimum wage.
cool.
But
But you
national
and I
health
were
care.
Yep. And you
come
and I
on.
were trained with those our whole ass lives, and taught a political ideology that says, hold on, now put on their hat. What would you do? Like, play it as a full contact game, play both hands. And I'm saying they were right. They didn't grow up with a union, right? Because we
No,
allow.
they grew up being taught to hate unions.
Yes.
Because union salaries were higher than theirs because there was a union. They were taught to be jealous.
And because the people that own the mines would shut it down before they let there be a union, or they'd send the cops in to kill everybody.
Except mine workers are unionized almost to the man.
Yeah, now. But the places that were around the edges of those saw what happened.
Well, but we've also
We
seen.
locked in a bunch of people with the worst America has to offer. It's called the South. I know. I grew up there.
We've also seen what cop unions are capable of as far as moving around cops that probably should not be officers anymore.
Cops have murdered witnesses against
Yeah.
the police.
Yeah. But that's my point. My point is that these unions have become
Yeah.
the bad type of union that we don't like. The ones that
No, the
everybody
teachers'
was
union
afraid
is
of.
largely a warehouse of the incompetent and the damned, but it's hard to tell who's competent, and since we're not going to pay them anything, let's just be glad they aren't all child molesters.
Fair.
So anyway, on Sunday, Trump is going to show up again at the Amway Center.
I know.
And this time, folks are going to have to pay big to sit down front.
Oh, God.
So anyway, we'll see how that
Him and Bill
goes.
O'Reilly.
We're going to get photographs. It's going to be wonderful.
This upsets me because what's going to happen is people who can't afford it. Okay, I know people
Yeah.
who have bought into all this crap and
Yeah.
they can't afford it. They're going to pay the money to go see him, and he's going to get richer from these poor people who follow him because they think he
And in
talks
fact-
their language or whatever, and they believe in what he's saying, and he's fucking using these people, and it makes me mad.
Worse than that. Who's he going with?
I don't know who's he going.
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
They're bringing him back.
Fuck that guy.
Well, of course they were. I mean, don't
Yeah.
be silly. There wasn't video, and it wasn't a boy.
In my opinion, Bill O'Reilly can go shit a brick, and I'll point and laugh. That sounds like
I'd like to have video. Anyway.
no,
No, and I'll tell the other side of this. Some idiot's going to compare this to the $1,000 a plate dinners. I have been to $1,000 a plate dinners. The people who are invited all have plenty of money that $1,000 a plate's not a big deal,
right.
and they're very small.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that usually for like
typically the people who get invited are the ones who've worked in the party for years and years and years. And the ones who, for instance, school teachers who've been very active in the party, they tend to just get tickets without the $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
so-
thought they were usually for like donations and stuff. Like you'd get it, and
no,
the
there's a
money
lot
would
of stuff
go
that
to-
happens there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also where certain governors tell big donors what the municipal bond is going to be so they can underbid. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
Yep. No, that was a Democrat who was doing
And
that.
if you've ever wondered,
I mean, I'm sure Republicans done it too. It's
the food at $1,000 a plate
garbage.
dinners is fully as bad as the food at $100 a plate dinners.
yeah.
No.
So,
No, this is the worst. This is at some level
If I was gonna
temperature taking
I would
of how
have that.
interested are they.
yeah.
Because you know what level of disincentive $100
It really
is.
decides, yeah. And what it really decides is how big a venue you rent.
Mhm.
Right. And you do it long.
Because they're going to want
long time in
overflow.
advance.
And it's just keeping the engine ticking over and seeing if.
Well, and inviting the party loyalists and so forth. And again, as I said, the party loyalists who can't afford the tickets have tickets anyway.
Yeah. Well, and there's not a lot of point in trying to build connections at this point because Trump doesn't care about 2022 so long as incumbents lose.
The ones he doesn't like. Yeah.
He's going to find a way
And
to
as long as he finds a way to grift on the...
And that's him and O'Reilly, and has been.
Yeah. So, anyway, no, nothing new there. What else is up?
It just disgusts me. Okay, so you had this big paragraph, and the only thing on top of it was "must be nice."
Oh my God.
I wanted a surprise, so I didn't actually read your paragraph. I was like, "What is going on with this?" And how can I turn it into a headline? Go.
So, turns out Turkish-Iranian money launderer Risa Sarah.
Ah. Yep.
Right? So he laundered about 20 billion
Yep.
back to Iran. Those are the charges.
Wait, hold up, pause. I thought we were supposed to freak out because we were going to give them their access to some hundreds of millions of assets in the U.S.
Yeah.
Wait, no, hold on, shut up, because I was educated in America, so million is smaller than billion by many.
Yeah.
By many.
Okay.
But this was
That's more than twice as much.
This was a funnel for money to the Iranians and to other places, right? But he's a money.
I'm sure some of it went to good things.
So he's facing 130 years in prison. Takes a plea deal in 2017, agrees to testify, right? So among other things, he's testifying against a Turkish bank and so forth.
He's
and
going to
so
be a
on.
TikTok star in 4 years.
Took this deal in 2017, and today he still lives in a $3.6 million house.
Must be nice.
And it really must be nice.
Sorry, I know that you were like waiting to put that in somewhere else after the horror show.
No, that's fine. That was about where I was going to put it in.
Oh God.
Hey, I want. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. I was gonna be like, I want to be an FBI snitch, and then I was like, no, wait, I have a soul.
Yeah.
Don't snitch the internet.
No.
Don't do
the
crime.
crimes.
So anyway,
And then don't snitch on the crimes you didn't do.
Jinx.
and it looks like he's continuing to do all his business.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus.
No, and I would love to say the four-dimensional thing of, well, the FBI is mapping out the networks, and we're sure maybe.
Want to bet?
I think those networks can change shape within 4 hours.
Yep.
And this is literally touching some crime organizations that have existed for more than the governments on this planet.
So we'll see. But my guess is, no, they're just being nice to Turkey, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. Yeah, I know why. We're not stuck in 1991 like that guy who was slapping Garland around. God, I love him. I probably don't. I probably want to throw rocks at that guy too. But we're not living interdimensionally in 1991. It's 1980. When did Turkey decide which side of the thing it's whatever was not on nuclear fire with?
Anyway.
I don't know what we think we get from the deal.
Another failed state.
Turkey not screwing with the southern border of the EU, but that sounds a lot like an EU problem.
Yep. So.
Okay. I have a cute story. Do we want to talk about something cute?
Sure.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Switch it up.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us all about it. Tell us what you want to hear about. Don't forget to tell your friends, family.
It doesn't have to be bad things. That's just what we find when we go and read, the news.
Yeah. So anyway, misdialed number leads to 20-year friendship and going.
Is this the Turkey thing again?
No.
Okay.
This is different. I mean, similar but different.
Okay.
An elderly Black Florida woman named Gladys, trying to call her sister at a 410 area code, kept accidentally calling a middle-aged white gentleman at the same number, but with a 401 area code instead.
Yeah.
After many quick apologies for calling the wrong number, she kept accidentally calling the wrong number. So she'd call and be like, oh, hi, and they'd say hi real quick, and then so Mike finally, the name of the gentleman was Mike. He finally stopped her one time and said, "Well, if you're gonna keep calling,
We might as well talk."
chat."
Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool.
they eventually started calling each other on purpose just to say hi and catch up. And now, 20 years later, they are tight as can be, and happy for the once accidental calls. They met for the first time this year on Thanksgiving week. Mike showed up at her doorstep, knocked on her door, and said, "Hi, I'm Mike." And she's like,
All right.
"My friend Mike." And she gives him big hugs, showed her
Excellent.
around, introduced him and his family to her family.
All right.
And they sat down and chit-chatted like they would on the phone, and just
Look at that.
wonderful.
The internet's parents, like, you made pen pals happen again.
Yeah, no, it was so cute. And she
Now
says
it's
that
probably
she
a fair amount of internet at this
These
point.
are actually phone pals, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying the phones gave birth to the internet.
Yes.
And then I was realizing a lot of phone calls probably go over the internet at this point.
Yeah. Well, and Gladys said that she wishes there was more people like this in the world. She said the world would be a better place.
It
more
would be
people
if there
could get
if there
together
if there
like
were
this.
more connections in the world.
Screw
it
up
would be
more
better.
phone calls, Gladys.
There are
You're
a
in
lot of
charge of that
lonely
now.
people out there.
That was the first thing I was trying to avoid saying.
And the
Because
wonderful
that was the
thing.
shitty part that I came up with.
So here's another fun fact about the story. Mike actually works at a call center. So he said speaking with her was just very refreshing and
I'm
just
sure.
very wonderful. She was going through a hard time. And I think Mike was too, so they were chatting about that a little bit. But yeah, no, just absolutely cute, adorable.
Gladys
I
and
love
Mike.
it. I love it. Gladys and Mike, you're my favorite.
Internet, like, comment, subscribe, send me money so I can
Internet BFF.
so I can get Gladys and Mike phones that call random numbers whenever they try and dial.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, so I just thought that was adorable.
They can
and I had
become
to
the
share.
nexus.
Sure, whatever. I don't care.
I like that.
Well,
I'm
I
willing to
think
throw
I
them a
think if
sign
more
on it.
people would accidentally call wrong numbers and just be like, "Oh, hey, sorry, wrong number. How you feeling today?"
Yeah.
You know, like-
Watch this though. What happens when a number you don't know calls you?
I don't answer.
Yeah.
But some people
I know
do.
the 4 phone
Yeah.
numbers that call me.
Yeah, but some people do, and I
Yeah.
think that's
No, I think
but-
it's adorable. Notice I had a nice thing. I skipped over the, oh my God, the internet. We're drowning in a sea of sadness and none of us are going to get out alive.
Sea of loneliness.
come back
Yes.
for more bummers.
Whatever,
This
you
time
drown in
on
what you want, I'll
Asshole.
drown in my thing.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, man.
We don't have enough subscribers to drive any of them to suicide.
Not yet.
Or away from our show, so we're safe.
Barnabas,
True.
finish
Okay.
the device. Don't build devices, internet.
No, that's we'll save that for.
Oh my
Disney
God.
And Barnabas. Okay, so
Asshole's cat is
Yeah.
building a device.
It's a joke. Storm ninjas.
Well, we don't know whether it's a joke yet.
Shut the fuck up.
we don't know what kind
device.
of device it is. It could be good. It could be a press the button, everything gets better, and rainbows and unicorns pop out.
Oh my
That would be
God.
wonderful.
All right, so my advice is we should
Everything
use
goes My Little Pony.
years 13 and 14 in confinement to learn to paint the perfect airship. 'Cause that's the closest
we
we're
can name it
getting it. You
yacht.
guys don't.
Oh my God. So let's see. We've got to touch on some other stuff.
Yeah. So let's give us that update on the Michigan school shooting.
No, this one was so quick. Remember yesterday the Attorney
yes.
General said they would conduct a full and comprehensive review.
They
And-
offered it.
Yep, and the school district declined it.
Yeah, because it sounded awful like they were going to be interested in. How'd you guys fuck up? Well, we didn't. Oh, well, though, hold on. How many kids did you start the day with? How many kids did you end the day with? Oh, something happened.
Yeah.
Someone fucked up.
Oh God.
And that's not actually true, right? Everyone, like, there is an outcome that, like, everyone did everything right and some shit happened. This isn't one of those, but. Because, again, I've been saying.
No, and the questions ought to be asked, right?
Yeah.
We've already said if we had
It's
a good
gonna
mental
come out.
yeah, if we had a good mental health system,
Yeah.
this sort of thing would be much easier to stop, right? To nip in the bud. We don't. It's going to get worse, not better. Sorry about that shit, Chuck.
I believe to the
And it's
top
going to
bottom.
get much worse if you elect a bunch of Republicans who
Yeah. Well, are saying the right things, but can never get. They are. You don't watch their ads.
Yeah. No,
They talk
are-
about why is it households in America needed 2 incomes. Used to be that blah 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 blah.
right, and if we only
They don't.
gave the rich
Yeah.
a few more tax
Yeah.
breaks,
Those are
it would
different
trickle
ads.
down.
Yeah. But if you say the right things, The TV boxes, but Americans were raised by television. Is it any wonder they still listen to it like it's their friend from TV land? No,
Yep. Someday we actually have to outlaw advertising.
something.
Well, yeah, certain companies should not be allowed to advertise.
Lawyers used to not be able to advertise. That must
We're
have
at the
been nice.
point where I can micro-target on the internet. I can
Oh, yeah.
micro-target on the what comes into your
Yeah, if you've
home
got a
on
smart
the
TV,
Bluetooth.
it's telling somebody everything you
Yeah,
watch. It watches a
absolutely.
1 pixel strip down the side, and that's enough to tell.
It knows what you're watching.
Yep.
So now it knows a little bit about you. It knows where you live. It knows.
It knows I like
right?
Jack Ryan movies.
Yeah, remember you registered it so you'd be sure you'd get the warranty.
Me, do you?
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, not me, but I'm lazy.
I've
But yes,
never registered for a warranty.
but still.
I
No,
staple the receipt to the manual,
still.
and if it dies before the
If
warranty
you get the
period,
service
you're going to
plan,
fix it.
I know there's a huge amount of data. We just weep data. That's why Safeway wanted you to sign up for a card to get their good savings,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so they knew how much money your house made because of what you
Yeah,
bought,
because from what you buy.
because of the brands you buy.
And I will admit I signed up for that one.
Yeah, you.
Might as well save a couple bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to take the data anyway.
On the other hand, I've been at the cash register when somebody goes, I can't find my card.
Oh, yeah.
You say, here, use mine. So,
For
anyway.
sure.
And the cashier
Doesn't
couldn't
care.
care less.
Oh no, they don't give a
I
fuck.
have plenty of cashiers going, hey, can I see someone's card? Click.
Well, I've also seen a lot of cashiers nowadays just have a card behind the thing.
Not
You don't have
necessarily
a
any
card?
Safeways I've been to in a long time. Don't fire anyone on the internet.
Yep.
No, that's not a Safeway thing. I've seen it at other
Yeah.
stores.
Yeah.
I'm not from here, so I've never even heard of a Safeway before a year ago. So,
Well, you won't be from here until you leave.
It's true. You
Sorry.
don't lie about it and tell people it's cool. Like, nah, it's not that
when I
bad.
lived, in
It's
New
like saying
England,
I'm
I was
from
from New
Alabama.
England.
Right? It's a good place to be from.
Yeah, fair.
All right, so what's going on with Omicron? You said you got an update for us.
Yeah, it's not really on Omicron, but I found it interesting that with Europe having a huge spike in infections, right? Teatro alla Scala began their season with a gala, right? Verdi's Macbeth, fully seated house.
Yeah.
So you've got Armani and Italy's president and so forth, all of this. And it's supposed to be COVID safe, all vaccinated and so forth. Yeah, it'll be an interesting test. So
Okay.
we'll see if it becomes a super spreader event.
Right?
Cool. All right, what's going on with this Italian dentist and his fake arm Folly?
Oh, I love this.
What?
So, well, he wants his sperm to be worth millions,
Oh my.
right?
Yep.
So
Now.
anyway,
Now the thing you said to me the other day makes so much more sense.
Well, and he wanted to be able to like go into public or something.
oh yeah,
tell the
no,
story,
there's a
tell the
whole.
story.
He wanted the super health pass, right, which is required to enter restaurants and cinemas and theaters and other venues, right? Wait a minute, this is the same country where they just had a gala
brothels.
opening for Teatro alla Scala. Oh, interesting. Social event of the season, by the way.
Sounds like this guy wants to go to those.
Yeah, apparently. So anyway, he decided he would go get a shot. And so,
And fucking Macbeth is lame.
oh my God. So he has a fake arm made of silicone, which he puts in his sleeve and so forth. And the nurse said as soon as she touched the arm, she knew there was something wrong. And she said then her first reaction was, oh my God, right? You know,
He doesn't have an arm.
he doesn't have an arm, and he accidentally, without thinking, gave me the wrong arm. But no, he had a third arm. Two perfectly good ones and one silicone one.
Oh God.
How do you not have that be your story?
What?
I would have just gone. With
I'd
it
have
at that
gone
point.
in and
The
like
mo-
knocked some stuff over with my fake arm. Like, sorry, it's an aesthetic.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need it in the. No, I'm gonna need it in this arm. Like, no, because it's fuck.
You know,
Anyway.
just shoot it. Yeah, no healthcare worker is gonna be, by a fake arm.
No,
Come
no.
on.
Yeah, but the problem is my plan gets him the shot in actually his human parts, and that's important for him not to.
Yeah, right, apparently.
I
Anyway, he's up on charges.
can't do that
So.
level of dumb.
Did
I
they
just-
give him the shot anyway? Did he still get the shot?
Actually, if they took him to prison, he may very well have gotten a shot at the door.
We need to talk to a lawyer.
I love it.
And I need to find out if I can do a podcast about the crimes I would never do, so we can just speculate about good crimes, because this kind of shit makes my fucking
Okay,
eyes hurt.
this is how these assholes did it. This is how
This
we
is how you
would do
should have
it.
done it.
Yeah, but not for like faking shots. That's dumb.
If you haven't seen the movie A Simple Plan, you need to
So good.
go find it, and you'll understand
Just go
exactly.
watch a crime movie. Go watch The
Right.
Town. Go something.
Yeah.
Oh, The Town is good.
But A Simple Plan just takes you through it
Yeah.
over and over and over. That you watch it and you go, oh, I can make a
Yeah.
better plan than that. And it just sucks you in.
Yeah.
Like Reservoir Dogs,
Yeah.
only without all the death and. Is it? I've never seen it.
We'll download a copy or something.
Okay,
I think
Oh.
I've got one
Yeah.
somewhere.
floating around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, it just,
I think I've got it on my
it's a human thing to look at these people doing this. You know, they have this illegal plan, and you look at it and go, man, that's got more holes in it than a sieve,
I know.
right? We can fix that.
It's like
And it's part of
I've
the
seen
intellectual.
Ocean's 11. We can do this.
Exactly.
I love Ocean's.
No,
11.
it's the
That
same
makes
thing I
me
do
happy.
with all the other stuff. Is like when we found out America really did have a for real, not kidding torture program. I'm like, okay, cool. So how would you run one? And like, I had some really interesting conversations with people, and then we found out what it was, and I'm like, oh my god, guys, I've had better conversations.
You're gonna
at
get in
literally
this
every
much
dinner
trouble.
table I've ever brought that up at
Yeah.
than what we did.
How could you screw it up that bad?
America, like the government, give me money, I'll make you
I'll
a torture
show you
program.
that
I
it
don't.
works.
I,
Or it works better than that.
oh my god. Don't do
Alright.
tortures the
And,
internet.
and doesn't become public.
So I have an interesting
Except for
story
this.
that
Believe
hopefully doesn't get us murdered by China.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is.
I don't want to
this
get banned by Winnie the Pooh.
Woo, okay, so China's billionaires are
I
being
didn't want to go to China. already.
disappeared.
Whoa, wait, yeah.
So in
That's why Steve Bannon's buddy was off the East Coast.
I don't know
If
about
I
in
lived
Chinese,
in China
but I
and
know
I
that
had $1 billion and I had a way to get my money and me out of the country, I would disappear without
Right.
a second
so
thought.
so they call it being disappeared.
Ah.
Now I know that in Japanese that same sort of wording
Yeah.
is it's called spirited away.
Yes.
So I think this is kind of a similar. I feel like this is a similar
I mean, this
idea.
is way more Russian.
Of this is no, but I mean the word.
Did
I
they
think
come back?
they say disappeared, but
Yeah.
I think they mean more like spirited away.
I think
like gone.
disappeared like the way secret police have always disappeared
Okay,
fools.
I was trying to be smart. Anyway,
Oh, I already know
so-
the Winnie the Pooh
yeah,
thing,
thanks
so I
for-
figured I was in enough trouble.
beating me. I read an article in the Art newspaper by Georgina Adam, and it's called Whitney Duen. I don't know. Whitney Duen was one of China's richest women until she vanished in 2017. Now the Zenfenzi painting she once owned is being auctioned in Beijing. Just out of the blue.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, that. First off, the fact that they're auctioning it means they like.
Think they own it?
it's
I'm thinking that means they can prove they own it.
well, it's actually being auctioned by the state in an interesting way where
Okay.
her name is not mentioned at all, even though everybody knows she bought this
Owns
piece.
that
So let me
painting.
tell
Yeah.
the story. Let me
Yeah.
tell the story.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I have questions about provenance.
Okay, so the basics of this article is Duan started out from modest beginnings and then became a real estate tycoon, quickly gaining contacts and money and making billion-dollar deals very fast. One of her contacts was the wife of Prime Minister Wen Jiabao. Gosh, I need to take
I'm now
Chinese
less certain this
classes.
human ever existed.
And her and they became close friends.
Okay.
Duan's former husband noted that she began hobnobbing with famous painters such as Zenfenzi.
Okay.
In 2010, at the height of Duan's career, she decided to start a museum. She even offered Zhang space for a studio on the top floor after buying one of Zhang's paintings for $5 million.
Okay.
But in 2012, the New York Times reported on the immense wealth accumulated by the Wen family, so her friend, and had a picture of Duan as part of the inner family. So she got close enough that she was, and this is a Chinese thing, so she was considered part of the inner, quote unquote, inner family. Xi Jinping launched a ruthless anti-corruption campaign, even though he was also named by Bloomberg as having a vast fortune. When Duan began backing Sun Jingkai, a potential rival for Xi, for party leadership, Duan became, so she wasn't targeted initially, but after this, she becomes targeted.
Get in the ring.
Sun was expelled from the party and sent to prison for quote unquote bribery, and Duan was disappeared.
Yes.
Her family, ex-husband, and all of her contacts say she was just gone, and no one's heard from her or even knows if she's still alive. Yet suddenly, this painting that everyone knows that she bought and was hers has suddenly appeared with no
China's gotten soft.
nothing. You know.
Did you hear the list of people who are complaining?
Yeah.
Like, the China I knew would drive tanks up to your house and, like, through it and be like, complain about some stuff.
Yeah.
No,
But her name isn't anywhere on the paperwork at all in this auction. So this is being auctioned off just.
So if you buy it, art people, you're scum. You're buying stolen art.
Yep.
You know, like last time.
Now, at least 2 other Chinese billionaires have been disappeared over the years, only to reappear, to be sent to re-education, or to be seen in odd videos, possibly made under duress.
Yeah.
So this is a thing.
There's a whole middle bit that I have questions about.
You're
This
watching.
was just the art.
Oh, yeah, no.
The art business.
Exactly.
So they were focused on the art.
You're watching the oligarchs fight each other for control of China. What's new?
I just thought it was interesting.
No, it's very
Okay.
interesting. What I'm curious about is that's a pretty big class jump she made.
Yeah.
And I would
'cause
love to know more about that. That's where I got to the I'm not sure this human ever
she was
existed.
50 when
until
she
we got-
disappeared.
Yeah.
So she was kind of like,
Right.
Yeah.
And as to the provenance of the art, this is clearly just ill-gotten gains, right?
Right.
Seized by
So
the
what you
government.
mean is it's going to end up in that one guy's house that has all that art his dad stole that he's like, no, my dad
No,
really didn't
stop.
work with the Nazis.
So let's try not to get disappeared.
sorry, yeah, no,
Well,
dog,
that was my original thing.
Prego
That's
dog,
where I
peed on the
got
carpet.
that's where I got the fact that I wasn't sure this human existed until we got to husband and people are complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying like they don't know if she's dead, but again, I feel like this is gonna
Yeah,
follow the
Yeah.
previous people where she's gonna suddenly reappear and then be put into some weird
Yeah.
thing. And,
No,
yeah.
China's a fully formed country. It can absolutely hold you in prison as long as it wants.
Yep.
You won't escape, you won't suicide, you won't any of the things. It will be exactly as terrible as you can imagine.
Yep.
But all right,
So if he's Winnie the Pooh, does that make North Korea's leader Piglet?
oh God,
Oh my God.
don't kill us. Anyway, so let's get back on to our question
Less
segment.
squatty news.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know,
We were
people showing
looking
up at
for a
the house.
name for that.
So my idea for tonight is we could call it Thoughts with Risen.
Okay.
It's better than last night. Okay, so we got one in the running.
Well, my other one was Questions with Risen. I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
that's just fucking lame.
Pedestrian.
I'm gonna start throwing shit. I'm just gonna give a pile of things and just gonna throw it at you.
No, it was a perfectly obvious first approximation. This is much better. What is this one again?
Thoughts with Risen.
Okay, much better.
Okay, so here's the question, or the first question. Not including deadlines, how do you motivate yourself to get stuff done? Deadlines don't count.
I have 2 cups of coffee. I make a list of things I'm not going to do.
How's that help
Drugs
you get
and
anything
massive
done?
whips.
It doesn't help get things done, but it's how I deal with things that need doing.
Usually I just try and
No,
do the
huh?
thing as soon as I think of it needs doing, because otherwise I know I'm not going to.
Yeah, no, and I
Kind of, sort of like when you have a moment, just fucking go do
Yeah.
it.
do something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Fair. How can we, we're going to put this as a society, okay?
Okay.
Think more outside the box.
I'm instantly leery of anyone who uses that phrase.
I know. I don't like that phrase at all.
Dude,
On vis-a-vis what? This specific question?
that's all it said, and it sounded
Okay.
like an interesting discussion. We could kind of go anywhere with it, which is part of why I picked it, because we can,
That
we
at
can
some
go
level-
a couple different directions.
At
We
some
can go-
level, we should just embrace America's native action bias and start doing on various the things.
Just trying.
But yeah, iterate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Fuck it.
actually like do things. Anything.
Fuck up the New and
if you
Glorious
seriously
ways.
want to know how to do this, you send 8 or 10 competent people with a background in the area and throw in a couple of wild cards who don't know a fucking thing, right? And you send them off, you give them the problem and say, what should we do about this? And then they come in and you have each of them present their idea of what to do about it, right? And then you have them argue. And then you pick a couple that you think might make progress and you prototype them. And if the prototype works, then you do more of it. And if the prototype doesn't work, then you do less of it.
Well, you try
Right.
the next.
Yeah.
The next
Exactly.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that idea.
Yeah,
I like
less
the
of it.
idea of throwing like two kind of random people in so that they can, because sometimes when people are too much into a thing and know too much about a thing, it's harder for
They know
them
too much of
to
the
look outside
right.
the
People
box,
are
yeah.
always going to draw from their most approximate institutional knowledge fund.
They'll certainly start there. And that's
Yeah.
the reason to put in some wild
No, that's what I'm saying.
is that they're almost certainly not going to come up with a good solution. But
In the course
they're
of
going to
explaining
learn a
it,
little bit, and then they're going to come back and discuss the other solutions, and they're going to be asking interesting questions.
yeah.
So, anyway,
Well, and that's part of the problem. One of the big things that's leading to a lot of the snake oil nonsense and garbage is for the late 1800s, early 1900s, you could do a lot of the science in your basement. So a lot of
Absolutely.
it really was figured out by these people who didn't have a background in whatever. They just sat down and thunk about it real hard.
Right.
and then played with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we still get a handful of solutions that way, but we watched the thing on cryptocurrency, and you can tell based on some of the ways Bitcoin is structured, it was a thought experiment given too much life. It was not right. It's the guy who wrote the whole thing about it. He never planned for it to take off the way it did.
Yeah. So I noticed today the fellow who claims to have invented Bitcoin.
Is that the guy who wrote the manifesto?
Well, I have no idea.
It's a
Anyway,
Japanese guy.
I wouldn't have said so, but we can Google it up because it was
Yeah.
today. Was given possession of a trove of 1 million Bitcoins,
So,
which as of today is worth $58 billion.
yeah,
So,
must be nice.
yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, there was a lawsuit about who invented it and who owned that trove of coins. So today it was decided in his favor, and he has given the other competitor in the lawsuit, that's the one, except that's not his name. That was the nom de plume that
Fine.
he used.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know about Bitcoin other than it's not
Okay.
good. I think it's actually an accelerationist nonsense, but
Well, and again, it's got there's a finite place you can go. Eventually, it's gonna stop.
yeah,
Why?
but
The blockchain.
I don't know. I'd have to look and see. A vague understanding is there is a finite number at some point, but no, there is
I thought
probably
they
no more
forked it, so
destructive
there was
force.
anyway.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
What wouldn't you do?
No,
for
Bitcoin is
$58
nothing more and
billion?
nothing less than a unique thing that you can use to represent value. That's all it is. It is the most fiat of fiat currencies.
Yeah.
You
no.
can't get any more fiatier than that.
And it absolutely contains a thing that is going to make the economics of it insane, start to finish, of value.
So
because it's absolutely trackable. There's some stuff you can do that would make that marginally harder. It's completely dependent on no one acknowledging the fact that huge intelligence agencies have great piles of this shit.
Yeah.
It's the World of Warcraft gold the Russian organized crime owns, because it has a value, and that value is fairly static. And as long as it's static for like a week,
And I can trade it.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And Bitcoin is even better because you can trade it as a physical hard drive.
So I wasn't planning on talking about Bitcoin, but
Anyway.
No, it's so horrible, so bad. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing good about the concept of cryptocurrency. It was a dumb idea in 1995 when it came out.
So,
No, all of the ones that have any redeeming value,
yep.
no one's doing.
Do we have a
anything.
happy note to end on? I've got
no,
one.
we got more questions.
Oh, you got more questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
What are the
Tell you
questions?
when I'm done. My segment isn't over yet.
Okay.
Will the future of humanity rely more on innovation or more on mindfulness?
I really, really hope it's mindfulness. That would be a really nice place to live.
I think it needs both.
Yeah.
I think the mindfulness to motivate the innovation and the innovation to capture the.
No, I think that
Results.
is beautiful, and I agree with you. Mindfulness would be good, but I 100% believe that it's going to be innovation whether we want
I'm
it
trying
or
to
not.
think when mindfulness was a driving force.
Yeah, that's my point. I feel that the future of humanity is going to rely more on innovation. However, I feel like it should rely more on mindfulness or some sort of equal thing of the two. But I
Yeah,
don't
I
believe
think
in humanity
absent-
that much anymore.
I think absent the mindfulness, you're not going to get the innovation.
Yeah, that would explain.
I think we're going to burn fossil fuels until
that
the
would
earth is
explain the
uninhabitable.
90s
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's exactly what I think is going to happen.
So how would we encourage mindfulness?
Fake
That's
aliens.
what we're trying to do right now. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us and share us with your friends.
Crap.
And be mindful.
Yeah. All right. Next question. What is the biggest challenge facing the next generation? I'm going to dig right in here and say climate change.
Same. No. Next generation. What are we defining as the next generation? Wicked small kids or Gen Z?
Who hasn't been named? I figure Gen Z's already been named. They've already got a start.
Okay.
So I figure
Yeah,
who
and they're
hasn't been
24.
named yet?
So, okay. So, what's that going to be? Bravo or Beta, I guess.
Yeah,
Depending on how we do
whatever.
this. But,
If we wait for them to solve it,
no. Yeah.
they won't be alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with climate change. No, I think Gen Z is gonna have to deal with fascism.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not right.
No, I think
I'm a
climate
millennial. I've
change-
aged out of
Okay,
protest
let-
and
Yeah,
shit.
no, I'll buy climate change, although I think here that we have a critical set of social changes that if we don't make,
Mhm.
nobody's ever going to talk about climate change,
Yeah.
let alone do anything about it.
Well, and that's why I
Agreed.
say that it's going to fall on that, and that's going to be their challenge of can they survive in a world with extreme severe climate change that has not, that us as the leading
Less
generation
likely
has
in the
done
United
nothing
States.
to stop.
I think you're gonna end up with security bots getting out in the world.
No, they will not survive in that environment.
Yeah.
You're talking about having 2/3 of the population of the world suddenly be in regions that will not support them.
Yeah.
And they are going to come to places where they might still be supported, and they're going to kill the ones who are there, or be killed by the ones who are there.
Yeah.
It will be a world of endless war.
Right, but that's still going to be a challenge, and it's going to be caused by climate change.
All right, peace.
That's my point.
We
My
should-
point
well,
is,
and
no
the
matter
good
how you
news-
look at it, their challenge is going to be how to live in a climate-changed world.
The good news is that after you kill 2/3 or more of the human population in these, climate-driven,
Yeah. The
Right.
Middle East is going to have wars over drinking water.
yeah, But when 2/3 of the humans are gone, the Earth will begin to heal herself. And remember,
I don't think.
we're going to disrupt everything.
Yeah.
Right? We aren't going to burn fossil fuels because they won't be coming out of the ground, let alone being distributed or sold or used.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, we'll probably burn every tree on the planet.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I think there's
That may
two-
actually be less damaging.
I think
should think about that.
no, because it's too easy to make sure there are no winners.
Well, yeah, again, and the Earth will begin to heal herself.
Oh, yeah,
There are
fine.
no winners.
Yeah, but I'm saying, right, from the human perspective, of the 60% of them you said are going to die, one of them is going to know some stuff,
Oh, okay.
and then everything with a spinal cord is going to have a problem.
True. Wow. Well, that was really a high note to end on.
Well, I just thought it would be an interesting discussion.
Well, it certainly was. So,
Like, comment, subscribe.
For more bummers, the
Yeah.
English webs.
Hold on, I've got two good things.
really?
Ooh, good
Yeah.
things. I like good things.
Well, we're gonna do one thing and then another thing. Anyway, so one of the guys, one of the little shithead, like sneaky guys who killed the reporter in Turkey,
Uh-huh.
got his ass arrested in Paris.
Oh,
all right.
good.
So
No, the Turks are swearing up and down that he had nothing to do
the
with it.
Saudis are the Turks are the ones that.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Saudis, yes.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yep.
We got their guy. He's gonna have a bad ride through French prison, and I hope he really doesn't enjoy that.
Woot! I like
Yeah.
that.
But you had a thing.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
What was my thing?
So, internet, we're not gonna be around for a while.
How is that a good thing?
That's not a good thing.
Okay.
Wow.
You said
Tell
to.
him the thing.
Anyway,
It's a thing.
so
I have a good thing for after this.
our internet's going to be down for a few days, so we're not going to have any shows. But we'll be back on Saturday. Because we should get our internet back by Friday, so I should be able to post a video
Provided that our
Friday night.
internet service provider
Yeah.
delivers.
Don't be banking on rural internet.
Anyway, keep an eye on my RisenLadyHeathen Facebook for updates and such. I really need to make a Boomer Rex
Well, we can do that
Facebook.
during the
will-
time we don't have the.
You know what?
Instagram.
That's a good point. That is a great time to focus on it because I think we spend
Because
a
you
lot
can
of time
use
preparing for
Facebook
the
when
show.
there's no internet.
Right.
Well, I'm an adult.
On
I
my
don't
phone,
have a-
yeah.
Yeah.
We have phones that actually work and do what we want them to, like go
Like
on the
gross ass
interwebs without interwebs. It's amazing. It's
All right.
brilliant.
So that's the other good thing. Internet, we won't be around, so enjoy your couple of days. Bummer free.
We might have puppies when we get back. If
Yeah.
we do, we'll
Yeah,
post
see?
pictures on our thing.
That's
So
some
that
good
could be
things.
fun. That's a good thing.
All right.
So hopefully,
Puppies are good.
cross your fingers.
Will that make the Doberman stop leaking?
I don't know, but we should see if we can get it.
I'm betting it. I'm betting she won't be as bad.
Okay.
I just want to get an advertising deal with razor blades at this point. I mean, those we could probably sell.
Oh.
God, we suck so bad. It's not so much we suck, the internet. You're the one who's making the news.
Yes, no, this is America and the world that is aggressively sucking. I
was gonna say,
take
yeah.
no responsibility for the
it's
news.
not us
We
that
are
suck.
just reporting.
I'm not
We are
mining
simply
Bitcoin.
reporting the suck.
I'm not pouring oil on a bird. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Well, no, we are very much against pouring oil on birds, and we are very much for
So are the birds.
climate change, good things. So we want people to do the right things to stop climate change, and that's what
I
we
want
support.
Exxon to
I
do
would
it.
start with thinking about what the right things might be.
Leaving half of
Because
the
I don't
amount
think
of
we
oil
have
in
any
the
solutions
ground.
yet.
Well,
Right.
we've talked
Yeah, no,
about,
it's all
we've talked
crazy. It's so disruptive. We are banking on the fact America can come out in a knife fight on top of the last two humans killing each other for overcooked rice.
But I feel like we've talked about a lot of ways that people can help
At least take
in
a
our
step in the right
discussions on
direction.
climate change.
That they can
Yeah,
make it less damaging to themselves.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we are at the point of, all right, fixing it isn't an option. We're talking adaptation. We're talking an adaptation that is bigger than the one that took us from apes to man.
Well, and we need to start holding people responsible who pushed the climate change denial, and I really feel like people like companies like Exxon need to stand up and say, you know what, we fucked up. here's how we're going to fix this.
They're going to spend.
I know they're not going to do it, but they're going to spend more money to keep saying that it's not real. But I'm just saying, Exxon, come on. You got all the money. Do something.
Yep.
Jeff Bezos, seriously, you could fix this problem yourself and still have
Or at least take the
more
first
money than
steps.
a human could ever imagine spending.
Yep.
Which is the kind of investments we need. Someone that was interested and going to be around for a long time, like some sort of
Rather
collection
than
of
taking,
representatives, like a government maybe.
yeah,
Like government can make these long-term investments that don't have to pay off because
That's right.
government's going to be here and not really going
Yeah.
to be here in 200 years. But
that's amazing.
man, I got no bet that America's going to be here in 20 years.
Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. We love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And we'll keep
And-
bringing you stories that make you.
Seriously,
Anyway.
man,
Things
we
that
should
make
look
you
up
go, aw.
razor blade companies. They would totally.
Jesus. All right. So we will see you back here on Saturday for, hopefully, if we get our internet back. Again, watch my, go to Facebook. In your search, put in RisenLadyHeathen. You'll find me. And I'll keep you up to date. But hopefully we'll be back Saturday with our next Boomer Rex Tonight.
Man, you know
Nearly
what's bad when you
nightly
can't find out
news.
how much money Exxon has total.